Oh, and we're in Tantrum Tuesday. Good afternoon, good evening, good day, and hello everybody. And it's Tantrum Tuesday with myself. And you know what? I really need to check and make sure that we're actually online. So bear right with me. But if you're there, come and say hi. Let me know that you're there. Let me know that you're listening. Oh shit. How do I get this off? New phone, everybody. So I'm trying to do oh, and now it's saying there's an error loading it. Fabulous. Oh. I think it's just not connected to the internet. Hello, Nicole. How are you, sweetheart? I hope you're really well. It's not connected to the Wi-Fi. That would make a bit of a difference. Z is here. Good evening. Is it evening where you are, Z? Angela Matheson. Martin, you're here. We're here for a good old whinge today. There we are. New phone. Lorna Black is in the house. Hello, Lorna. How are you today? How are you? What kind of day are you having, people? Let's see. Definitely live on here. Yep, it's now coming up here. Thank you so much. Thank you for saying that. Z, really appreciate you looking. I'm feeling better already. Never mind about having the whinge today. I'm feeling better already. Claire Roy is in the house. Best Sibbering. Definitely Tantra. It's definitely yeah, it is. And we're not even on a full moon, are we, guys? We are not. So let's have a look. Put the thing down like that. Put it in like that. That would be better. Oh, I think it's maybe a bit heavy for it to hold. So how are we all today? Chantel Claire is in the house as well. We've got Angela Matheson. Waited all day for the boiler engineer and he's not flaming here yet. Lorna, what the flaming hell, right? So basically, he probably said he was coming at like in the morning, wasn't he? And or was it just at some point today? And he's literally had you there. It's a good job. Juana, this is not the reading session. This is only 5 o'clock. It's actually 8:30 that I'm doing the readings tonight, sweetheart. All right. So thank you so much for saying that, you newbie. I'm not doing readings on this session here, but well done. And Lisa as well. Well done and actually coming on at the page. Really, really appreciate it. Say hello to, is it Juana and who's the other girl here that we've got? Was it Lisa? Lisa as well. They're new in here, guys. Please come back at 8:30 tonight because I'm going to be doing readings at 8:30 tonight. This is just a quick 20 minutes, half an hour, right? Because we're having our good old whinge. I call it Tantrum Tuesday. So it's your ground, guys, to give it a bit of a whinge, get all that energy out, get the negativity out, right? And zero yourself so that we can have a really good week after this. Thank you so much. You're the second person that said that as well, Sarah. I really appreciate it. You just said any time. For goodness sake. Right, so any time, and it's actually now after 5 o'clock. So I know what you're thinking, Lorna. You'll be like, for Christ's sake, is it going to be knocking off soon and then tomorrow it's going to be the same thing? Martin's got a whinge. Look, you can't even see me behind there. My whinge, you're supposed to draw in this Zoom, but the tutor rabbited on for so long. We only had a small time left in a day of Zoom meetings. I had to dash to WH Smith in town to get an A3 pad and forgot my mask and had to use my T-shirt. Oh, God. So it was just one thing after another. To get back to use the Zoom and only for the tutor said it didn't matter what paper we used. Right? So that a disorganized tutor there or what, right? So you tried to get organized, Martin. Okay, so in advance, right? Love and light, George. There we go. Oh, George. Hello. How are you, sweetheart? It's good to see you on here. Right, it's fabulous. Now, 8:30 is when I'll be back to do the readings later on, guys, right? So don't forget that. Lisa, Juana, and George, please do come back later on. Right, why are narcissistic men such good actors? God, Jude, you should be doing my empath course where I'm talking about exactly that today. All right, definitely, I'm talking about that and why empaths are attracted to narcissistic people in relationships. Hello, Suzanne Price. It's good to see you on here. Pat is also in the house, just back home since 9. You're bloody knackered, Pat, and it's 5. It's after 5. I'm not surprised that you're knackered, girl. Not surprised at all. Get a cuppa on, sit down and put your feet up before you do anything else. Chantel Claire says she's struggling to lose weight and a Mardi as hell as can't get my head into it. I think the problem with losing weight, right, Chantel, I lost 13 stone and 4 pounds, right? And let me tell you, not once did I put my head into the losing weight stage, right? I've put a couple of stone on and been in lockdown, and I've probably been whinging and whining more to myself in my head, over focusing on losing weight since then. Even though my kids and everybody tells me I look far better with a couple of extra stone on me, and I don't look so old. There you go. Fancy that. Such a compliment, isn't it, guys? So Chantel, right, aim the other side of the weight loss, girl, right? Don't focus on it now, as in, I've got to lose weight, right? Just set your systems up, just buy the food in that you need, right? Make a planner or whatever, right? And try and make sure that you just look for other things to focus on and take your focus off the losing weight, girl. Honest to God. You're going to do it. I know you're going to do it. Martin, that tutor's just disorganized. You find that with a lot of creative people, darling. All right, you do. And it's so frustrating and annoying. But listen, you've got it ready next time, right? Do not run around and break your neck for nobody. All right? Yeah, Claire. Claire's right. Have a cuppa. Chantel's saying, I lost a stone in lockdown. Now I've put it on since it's lifted. A bit low. So you're actually the other way around. I have a client of mine, her name begins with an H, right? And she lost about 2.5 stone in lockdown. She was able to focus on it a bit more. So those of you that, get so involved in life, right? And maybe you'd be slimmer because you don't eat because you're not thinking about it. But those of us that put the weight on in life because we're eating to suppress maybe emotion, eating to I suppose, avoid what's actually going on in life and facing it head on. Look, Claire's even at Slimming World, geez, and I'm starving one week, drink water like a horse, and little step. I've gone with 2 pounds a day. All right, very, very good, Claire, right? So Slimming World, you've actually gone to the slimming company. I used to work for a slimming company as well called Scottish Slimmers and Weight Management UK. All right. And although I think they've gone under now, but listen, further down the line, I learned to do motivation stuff, and further down the line, right, I wrote a book called Spiritual Slimming. You'll get it on Amazon, right? So it'll tell you how to be positive, stay in that energy, and lose weight. It's a matter of shifting the inner self, okay? Shifting inner self. Jude, you can't stop being an empath, but you can develop coping strategies, and it's about embodying responsibility. It's about embodying connection. It's about embodying taking responsibility, basically. It really is. It's stepping into that, right? It's not to shirk it, not to allow that inner self to kind of avoid stuff, right? We don't do avoidance. We just definitely don't. But empaths quite often could be seen to be doing that. Right, Deborah, later on, 8:30, I'll be back on to do readings. We're not here to do readings on this session just now. We're here because it's the Tuesday, 5 o'clock, and we're live at 5 doing Tantrum Tuesday because everybody last week wanted me to come back on and do it. Never starve in Slimming World. There's so much you can eat. I'm on it. Right, good, Chantel. We can't wait to. You should maybe check in with us every week and let us know how much you've been losing. So Norma is saying hello to everybody. Right, Donna says, just went onto Facebook, seen this Tantrum Tuesday, Lara. That's brilliant. Thank you so much. It makes you smile, doesn't it? I know, tantrum. I'm going to get a tiara, I think, and we should maybe just award tiaras for people when they have tantrums, right? Remove from negative people and places, says Sarah Louise. Set your mind to be positive and be grateful for what you have. Listen, hands up who was born grateful. Honestly, my mum says that, I mean, when I was really, really young, right, I was grateful for even the tiniest of things, like the tiniest of things, the gratitude thing. And every morning I get up 20 times, I say I'm grateful, even just for opening my eyes. Honestly, I think you can change your life by gratitude and for being grateful. So Sarah Louise has got a great point. All right, so Lorna, hope you're well. When are you next doing a meditation session? Well, Lorna, I was thinking about doing meditation Monday next week. What do you reckon? Give me a high five in the comments and let me know if you fancy doing that meditation Monday. Get a D-hat, lol. Definitely. Right, definitely. Of course, it's good to vent. The whole principle behind this, guys, right? And I'd love for you to let everybody know about this and let this be on a Tuesday, a place where you can come, you can vent off, right? Chuck your toys out the pram in a safe space. And also, it removes all that negativity. We've got to shift through it, haven't we, rather than hold on to it, right? Because I'm thinking that even if you're not doing much and you're just sort of like being, we can get stuck in that stagnant energy by being, can't we? We certainly can. All right, so meditation Monday. All right, Donna. So is it a high five? Lorna's up for that as well. Beth's up for that too. Give me a high five in the comment section as well, guys. Right, let's see. Claire says she's literally eaten everything bar the kitchen sink in lockdown. I know. Claire, tell me about it. I think we were probably comfort eating, weren't we? We probably were. All right. So let's have a look. Exactly. Why would you want to stop being an empath? You learn how to make it work for you. That's what everybody's learning on my empath 5-week program. I'm just about to go over there and do a live over there to do the weekly video. Been to Asda, says Pat, doing my fortnightly shop, better selection of fresh fruit and vegetables. I love Asda. There's just something about it that's fresh and light. And I do love it. I think they've got a marvellous range and very economical as well. George says he's an empath. You're in the right place then, George, right? You are in the right place. And empath is a state of being. It is. But sometimes we have traits as an empath that actually makes us kind of like want to run and hide from the world. All right. Okay, so let's see. Right, so what are we whinging about today? I've got to say, look, I've even been out for my chai latte here just to do this. Okay, so Gail says, I'm so annoyed with all that's going on at the moment, but I will be all positive again soon. Just things are on top of me, especially with the races coming up. Gail, sweetheart, you're amazing. You're going to do fabulous. Is this the first time that you've been doing the races? I'm impressed. My God, I've known you how long now, Gail? And, you know, look where you are now. It does feel like your life's been in a bit of a hold a little bit, doesn't it, over the last year or so. But like I said and posted in the comments earlier on, is that, okay, we've got the whinge, right? Then we have to step into the, right, what are we going to do about it? Okay. Angela, thank you so much for the stars, my sweetheart. I really appreciate that. Remember, guys, this isn't a reading session at the moment. I'll be back at 8:30 to do the readings later on. Right, so come on, Gail, what are we going to do about it? Sarah Louise, I've grown to be grateful. Life's not been the best, but you make the best of what you have and own your shit. Exactly. If shit happens, it happens. You step up. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It means that you don't want to put up with the shit, but we've got to develop coping strategies and going forward, all right? Donna reckons she's been baking too much in lockdown. Donna, I'm right there with you, and I flaming ate it all as well. I did. I ate it too. I know, because I was one of the only ones here at certain points, and there's maximum of 3 people here at any given time. So, of course, if it goes off, we can't have it going off because we made it, so I've got to eat it. There we go. Right, so Norma's having a good clear out. She's sorting through the artwork and still finding different things that she can do. All right, so that's good. It's good to vary up, Norma, and really get things kind of like organized and stuff. Guys, I've been chucking stuff out the last few days. I have been moving energy. I got to the stage where I'm just sick of the stagnant energy, and I was like, Lara, get your ass up. Get moving the energy. I have got 3 rolls of black bin liners, guys. I am not afraid to use them either. Life had started to get stagnant. I was taking shit from people. And I got to the place where I was like, you know what? I'm laid back and I'm just like doing my thing and doing the thing that I want to do. And I tell you what, I was taking some shit from people. And I don't mind saying that now. And then I decided not to take some shit from people and decided to step around it and go my own way. And just if they want to play that game, they can play that game. It's nothing to do with me. Can't stand people who are users, and I can't stand people who will pretend to do something just because they want to benefit from it. There you go. So there's my whinge for the day. And you know what? I went to get this, right? And of course, I then had a little bit of an argument with a guy in there who we were talking about the whole lockdown thing. We're talking about 8 o'clock. There's meant to be other announcements up here in Scotland about, you know, going forward and not allowed to share cars, etc., etc. So I think as an M, I was absorbing that from there, and I kind of got my back up a little bit because when I listened to him and then when I said something, he didn't do the same back. And that's it. I'm out. Don't want to be served by him anymore. There we go. So there's my whinge, guys. Angela, thank you for the stars. She's rewarded me for my whinge. I'll just come on every day and whinge like Angela. Okay, so Gail's saying, it's the Falcon Sprat that's entered. Now my babysitters might not be able to sit the boys. COVID Scottish rules, for goodness. Can you take the boys with you, Gail? Would that be the better thing? I know it's causing a problem for so many people, isn't it? It's just, oh my God, exactly. Learn to say no when something doesn't make you happy too. That is part of it, Pat, definitely. Why is it when you love to help people be nice and we cop so much trouble and nastiness and get treated like crap? Not fair. We can become easy targets when you try to stick up for yourself. You become the nasty one. Exactly. You get called the bitch, don't you? Well, I'm nobody's bitch. Right, you're nobody's bitch either, George, right? And we've got to learn that in actual fact, it's not to put up with that bad behaviour. I was watching Lance Brooks's broadcast earlier on. He was talking about the difference in temperature and the thermostat, right? You've got to be the thermostat, not the temperature. You've got to set the rules. Set the rules. All right, Gemma sending, thank you, sweetheart. You've got to set the rules according to what your inner non-negotiables are, okay? So many listen to answers, to understand, listen and silent, use the same letters. Exactly, you know, that's it. Have you found this as well, that when people ask a question, they only want to hear their voice about the question. They're often not interested in listening to the answers. Or really, people only want to hear their own voice when they're talking about stuff as well. They're not wanting to hear anybody else's voice. They're not wanting to hear reasoning from other people. They're not wanting to hear exactly how it is, because you see, guys, most people avoid truth, okay? They avoid truth. Take it from somebody who has made a living for 30 years in speaking the truth, right? I'm not talking, right, speaking about conspiracies and stuff like that, or maybe it was this and maybe it was that. I'm talking on actually speaking the truth. And if you don't want to hear the truth, then I'm not going to waste my energy. It's as simple as that. So true, says Claire. Yes, Claire says, I'm clearing a shit out too. It makes you feel so much. It does, but you have to remove yourself from negativity and emotional vampires sucking the life energy out of us. We have to learn to be tougher. You know, hands up, give me a high five, those of you that actually through your life, you were growing up with people round about you telling you, you've got to be tougher, right? You've got to toughen up. You've got to grow a thick skin, right? So basically, you've got to protect yourself from the outside world. But nobody says that. They don't say, oh, get some inner new non-negotiables, get some boundaries in place, right? Let me help you. They're too busy telling you how it is and not actually working through stuff with you, right? I work for Asda customers, says Deborah White, buying loads of loo roll and eggs. Loo roll and now there's a combination. Is that for when we wipe the eggs off people's windows if we chuck them? Deborah Stark is in the house as well. Hello, Deborah. It's good to see you on here. It is a business trip, absolutely. Right. For those of you that are just joining, I'm Lara Wells. I'm a professional intuitive medium and business and life coach. Right. I help people remember who they are and become it. And Tantrum Tuesday is part of that. Shifting the shit. I'm probably going to get blocked in my Facebook now for that. But shifting and moving into that energy, allowing the positive vibe to be freed. So the idea here, guys, is to dump it and then move on into that better energy, right? Until next week, right? So you can save it up for then, write it down a bit of paper or whatever, the things that have annoyed you. The media are scaring everyone into panic buying again. Oh my God, am I going to go out and to buy all the eggs, or should we get some hens and do it that way? Okay, so definitely. So come on, guys, tell us what's been bugging you today. Tell us what's been happening. Have a good old whinge. George is giving me the high five. That's fabulous. Right, definitely get your spades out. That's right. We're actually more or less being pushed into growing our own stuff, aren't we? Right. My own son, James, can be like that at times. Definitely. Okay, yes, I agree. Growing up around the army, we were told to toughen up. I guess even family were treated like soldiers. Definitely. Right, so Norma's son, James, can be a bit like that at times, okay? Like just dumping, it's like it builds up. My dad always knew I was like that, I think, right? Because he kind of like likes to listen to what's happening, and I kind of save it up for him and then dump it, and then I feel much better, don't you? That's what parents are for. Well, guys, this is what here is for on a Tuesday. Yvonne's right. You know, it's with that. Do we need to toughen up? Do we need to toughen up? Now, there's a question. Do we need to toughen up? I think we have to have a certain resilience, don't we, to life? We have to kind of like be strong in certain areas, but it doesn't mean we have to be strong in every area. Otherwise, we can't be vulnerable. We can't show our vulnerability, and that vulnerability can be an attracting part where other people are concerned. What do you reckon? Give me a high five in the comment section if you think that that's the right way to go, the right thing to do. Right, is show your vulnerability, because you see, have you learned? We do learn that if we're vulnerable, people take the pee, right? They then take advantage of that. I, as an empath, the more that I help people, right, you can set your watch by it. The more that I help people, you can guarantee that we get to the part where they then kick me, right? Because they don't want to other people to see how much they've been helped, right? They don't want to have to go, oh, I am in this place because of her or because of him. Yep. So helping. Do you think you can help people too much, guys? Let me know. I'm not going to be able to visit my family again or see my sister for her 40th birthday. Oh, Gemma. Oh my God, I'm so sorry about that, Gemma. Send Gemma the hugs and the love hearts here, guys. She really needs that right now. And Gemma, I can so empathise with you right now, because my son down in Wales took a week off for my grandson's birthday, who's 1, on the 3rd of October, and he was coming up. So looking forward to it. I was looking forward to it as well, because I have been so worried about him. He's lost a lot of weight, and I was really worried. And now they've gone into lockdown again, right? They have gone into lockdown. So putting that weekend for his holidays not coming up, it's all been a complete waste of time, and I'm disappointed. So Gemma, I totally understand what you're talking about. It's those things, simple things. It's the family things, isn't it? It's definitely the family things. So I do empathise with you, Yvonne. Yes, as I believe, what doesn't kill us make us stronger. No, but it can make us bloody well negative as well. What doesn't kill us, we can get a little bit of a hump about too. All right. So there's certainly some things, you know, this whole forgiveness and forgetting part, you know, is that Ben and I had a stand-up disagreement. Strong, I suppose, a strong kind of discussion about it. And he reckons that you don't forgive people, but you forget. And I reckon that you forgive, but don't forget. What do you reckon? And he says, because if you don't forget, that whole kind of forgiveness thing comes up again. So what do you reckon, Guy? Post your comments and let us see. Now, Nicole says, no good deed seems to go unpunished at the moment. Let's hope COVID doesn't destroy kindness. That is a saying, isn't it, Nicole? That is just, yeah, no good deed seems to go unpunished. Right? No good deed goes unpunished. And it shouldn't be like that. Yet you get told as a child, and when you grow up, to give, to serve, to do good deeds for other people. And I've got to tell you, I am probably the world's worst. I will do good deeds, and I get people's backlash, you know, for it. They don't receive it very well. All right. Society's kind of made people jaded and suspicious if you do good deeds for them. So it's not that the good deeds are bad, although what I did figure out is it means that you've come out your lane and come out your energy. And if you come out your vortex and your lane, then there's kind of a backlash with the energy, like an elastic band kind of thing. So Claire's saying, the forgiveness is for yourself because you have to move on, but you never forget. Yes, that's exactly what I said to him as well. Angela, I say forgive, but never forget. So true. Exactly. All right. Deborah's starting to forgive, but don't forget, so it never happens again. Forgive, but don't forget. Yeah, we've got that. 100% forgive, but don't forget. So I'm going to tell Ben now that it's not the other way around like what he's saying, but he reckons it's the other way, to not forgive, but to forget. All right. So I thought it was an interesting take and stuff, guys. I really, really did. So let's see. Any other moans and gripes on there, like here, Norma saying, I find that some people love to nitpick and put you down all the time. What is it? You're right, Norma. What is it with this negative society and nitpicking, putting people down to leverage themselves and to make themselves feel better? all right? Because that's really what it's about, isn't it? To leverage and let themselves feel better. It's not a great look, all right? It's unattractive, and I feel that it's just a sign of their incompetency, all right? Not good. Gail saying, I think we tend to help the wrong people too many times. We tend to draw on in the right ones. I think we should help other people, but they think they should be more grateful and not take the P. Exactly. What determines who should be helped and what shouldn't? According to God, you should just help freely anyway. And it's not about you saying who's the right person or the wrong person. And I find that empaths have a very good gauge of that they will help anyway, regardless of who they are, regardless of what they've done. They will treat everybody the same, because empaths have a natural understanding of oneness and connectivity. I hate it when people say forget it and move on. Joanne, that's actually a really good thing. I love that picture, by the way. I hate it when people say forget it and move on. Forget about it. Forget about it. You're absolutely right. I don't think. Hi, Pauline. Good to see you on here. I know it's a bit like they don't appreciate how you're feeling about it, and they just kind of try and just not want to pay attention to how you're actually feeling at that time. Yes, Deborah, it's normally a reflection of themselves. People judge and gauge things by themselves, my darling. Absolutely right. Nicole, never look down on another unless you're helping them up. My father's constantly phrase. Definitely, we are all oneness, connected, on the same vibe. Definitely. Definitely. Gail's going, with all this COVID, they've forgotten to be kind that they spoke about months ago. Now it seems to accuse people of all sorts and call them names for wearing or not wearing masks. Absolutely. It's like they've forgotten. People have short memories, right? They think it's never going to happen again. Well, I'm thinking by the time we get into the middle of October, it's going to be happening again, guys, right? We are going to be going into lockdown. We're coming into winter time, but the reprieve was only ever a short reprieve, right? And so it's just to kind of get things in alignment, organized, getting our chickens in line, all right? We've got to get organized now, guys. We've got to prepare. Right, we've already had the warning. It's a bit like a heart attack, isn't it? You get the warning heart attack, and then you get the next part after that. Okay, and again, like the guy, God, Gail, you've got me started again. When I was getting my chai latte earlier on, and he was talking about people not having the same rules, and that's because there's different governments. The United Kingdom are not united. They've got different governments, all giving different rules, when it should be united, and then everybody will be united. All right, everybody. Until that happens, we're going to compare ourselves to other people, other countries, whinging while they're allowed to do that. And let me tell you, we were down in Wales a few weeks ago, and we were the only three, myself and two kids, in there wearing masks, and everybody else wasn't. And now they've gone into a second lockdown. Now, you see, so because they didn't have the same rules. There we go. Right, that's something your gran always used to tell me. Definitely. Right, think toxic families should be cut off no matter who they are. That's right. If it's causing pain, it's not healthy, right? Anything that causes pain is not healthy. If you were to get a sore stomach, you would go to the doctors. If you would get pain in your head or any part of your body, you would eventually go to the doctors. So why is it with people that are causing us pain, if we go, nah, I'm not doing that, I'm going to get help and help myself by moving in this direction, because it's a bit like slamming your face up the corner of a room, isn't it? Then you get run down for it. You get ridiculed. Helios is in the house. Helios, we're having a jolly good whinge here. All right, you've got a couple of minutes left. Helios, anything you want to say, then say it. My partner always says, let it go like Elsa. That's it. Let it bloody well go. Definitely. Gail saying, I do that. I write it down, the problem, burn it, and that's the song in my head when I do that. Let that go, okay? Let it go. I have to agree with your partner. Sometimes, says Norma, you can do that, but you have to sort through it first before you can move on with your life. You do. Helios, let it go, darling. Let that S go. All right, you're absolutely right, Margaret. Sometimes Norma, sometimes we only do that, don't we? Because we're ready, because we've moved into that space and into that place. All right. You don't have time for my wind. Listen, bring it. We have time, don't we, guys? Right, don't we? I think Gail's thing of writing it down and burning it, by the way, is a good one. All right. Journals are good for that too. I keep several journals for different things, but I also have a journal where I will write my feelings down to help process and get them out. If we keep them in there, then they can become blocked. Good point. Not as easy if someone is exempt. It's a guide, not law. Exactly. All right. But there are certain things that they've stipulated that are actually becoming law, I believe, as well. Nicole says, go for it, Helios. Right, come on, get it down. We've got a couple of minutes. So, yes, we are going to have a good old ratch around your Winge as well, and you'll have empathy and sympathy here, Helios. It's been quite a week, I think, for a lot of people, although albeit I've had a very good balance of a week, I've got to say. I think it's just that people irritate me at times. I love people, but oh my God, they can irritate me, and I find that people are so... Their opinions and everything is all gospel, isn't it? And like you're saying, when it comes to you actually saying something, they go, it's like they don't want to listen. They do not want to listen. Joanne's saying, I am pissed off with the social distancing. No one listens. Flaming heck, I know. And Joanne, listen, girl, you're having to live by some very stringent rules. You're also in a, you're, what do they call that? The name, where you're part of the collective of people where you really have to live by those vulnerable. That's it. And of course, there's certain things and people you can't see because of them. So of course, if these people don't do it, it's making it harder for people like yourself. All right. Can't wait till this year is done, says Angela. Angela, I think if we have a time machine, it's safe to say we are not going back to 2020. And certainly my life has changed as well, which I will tell you more about that going forward. But yes, it has changed this year. It has been a game changer. A few years back, I left myself 2 dates and gave them to my assistant and good friend at the time and told her to let me know near the time. Those dates were the 17th of May and the 19th of May. And at the time, I was asking questions because I saw this book called The Rhapsody in W.H. Smith. And I thought, oh, I'm going to look that up. Thought the end of days, Rhapsody in the Bible, started looking into it, went through all the codes and everything. And I came out with those 2 dates in 2020. I remember I was asking about the end of the world. So I knew she let me know on the 15th, I think it was. Yeah, 14th or 15th, and said, I've just looked in my diary and those dates were marked in. I've got to let you know. So I'm letting you know now, Lara, right? And that's when I realised that this was the beginning of the end of the life that we knew and the beginning of a new life, all right? It is. That's it. It's never going to go back to how it was before. So it's changed massively, and it's changed massively for me as well. It's probably changed massively for you. Helios says, okay, well, it is this bloody COVID bleep. I do not understand why they say in some places you do not need to wear masks and other places you have to. Does that mean the COVID cannot get you if you're in a pub and in a restaurant? Yes, exactly. Why don't we just make it a blanket across the goddamn board? Get your masks on, guys. Wear them in the streets, wear them in the shops. What are you, sheep? Is everybody sheep out there? Common sense, regardless of where you are, stick your B mask on. All right, just stick it on, make it easier for people, make it easier for the vulnerable people as well. You might not be at risk, but listen, it's not going to pick and choose this thing. It's going to go for you no matter what. Helios, well said. There you go. Don't normally hurry life, but boy, oh boy, can't wait till this year is gone. Definitely, Pauline. Yep. Yes, I do. I am vulnerable. You are, Joanne. You're vulnerable. Let's help people like Joanne, guys. Never mind Winge, across the board, we are united as a country, even if the politicians can't get their shit together. Regardless, wear the masks, wear them out, wear them in shops, respect people's space, which we should do anyway. When you think about it, your aura goes out about 12 feet. Now, if your aura can go out about 12 feet, you can contaminate somebody in 12 feet. So keep the mask on and respect. Right, I was in the petrol station today. There was three others and 2 policemen. I was wearing a mask. The other blokes were not. The police had nothing to the ones that were not wearing a mask. How bad is that? Absolute pile of S. They're not following the arrows on the floor, so I would walk around the right way. Absolute ignorance, Helios. Let me tell you, you've even got me annoyed with that. So I will walk around the right way, you dumb rat, and wear a mask. Then he went round the right way. Yes. It is not when it's... Hi, Puja. When it's down to us that we're having to reinforce all this. Seriously, it's down to the people. It always has been down to the people. The people in government, the people in office, the people in the public eye. right? They're supposed to set a precedence. They can lay guidelines out, but it's down to the people to unite, right? Be a team, be oneness. Now we're out the spiritual realm now, and we're into the physical realm. Is it too much to ask to be connected and to help everybody and to use a bit of common sense and chuck the ignorance in a bin? Disgusting that the police are doing that, honest to God. My mum is undergoing chemotherapy and I do not want to catch it and give it to mum when she's at high risk. These people are self-bunched. Yes, you're absolutely right, Helios. Absolutely. God love your mother, sweetheart. She does not need to get anything right now. So you be very, very careful. Life would be okay if it wasn't for other people. That's what I tell everybody. Right? You can trust you, but it's other people. It's like my kids when they're driving, I can trust them, but I can't drive. I can't trust other people, right? Because I don't know that they're going to stick to those same rules, and people will always take chances. Jim McClellan, my brother, is too isolated as he works with someone who has been, oh, for goodness sake, right? That's not good, Jim. Stay away. Love to your brother, all right? And this is what we're talking about. It's not having the consideration for the other people. All right, improvise, adapt, and overcome, and you can never go back. That's it. Exactly, Joanne. Improvise, change. I don't know if everybody knows this, but we've changed anyway. We are in change, right? Like it, right? I'm not saying you have to like it. Lump it. You have to lump it. All right, it's the way it is. We don't need to understand why, guys. It's the way it is, right? Let's help each other out. Let's help people like Helios's mum out, like Jim's brother and the work colleague at work, all right? And Martin's friend's vulnerable, and at uni, 5 people she walked past weren't wearing masks, including staff. They had no excuse and more than Winge. You see, staff, teachers, people in positions that are supposed to set a flaming example. What the fuff? No, it's not okay. Right, it is not okay. Norma, if you want something done, you have to do it yourself. That's it. And maybe that's going to take Norma to get the mask on and get up there in a soapbox and just say, guys, let's do it all. They're saying, you know, before it was about saving the NHS. This is about saving lives. The NHS is just part of it. It's about saving lives, right? Now, maybe people out there are not valuing their lives. That's why they're being so flippant with everybody else. But every single person on here, every single person in the world, they are valuable. Valuable. If you don't know it right now, you're valuable. Treat other people like you want to be treated. Get the fucking mask on, right? Be like that. Be like you're protecting you. Think of everybody as being you. How would you want them? You want them to be safe and healthy because you want you to be safe and healthy, don't you? Right? You don't want to be part of the mass culling in the world. You want to be part of the success story, don't you? Why wouldn't anybody want to be part of that? Okay, Helios is saying in other countries, they do have police officers going around making sure people are doing what they are meant to do. And if not, they get a fine on the spot. Boom, there we go. Why can't this country do the same? Why can't we do citizens arrest? Is that still a thing nowadays, by the way? Right? Is that still a thing? Can we go and arrest and phone the police and say, right, first of all, we need to find out the law, don't we, guys? We need to find out, and then we need to self-appoint. If we can be self-appointed in a lot of other areas, and surely we could be self-appointed in this. If people are not wearing their masks, we should have the right to say, please stay there, phone the police, and they come and get them, and the police deal with that. And you're right, Helios, they should be fined. If it was to do with that, you can bet your bottom dollar that people would do it. And just think how much healthier the coiffeurs would be, right, if there was money from the fines in there, right? Oh my God, they would stop doing it then, wouldn't they? But in the meantime, it would really be money towards a good cause. It's a win-win situation, isn't it? It's not hard to put a mask on. I bet people do it when they get to supermarket. So why do it in pick? Why? Yes, exactly. Right? Where are the marshmallows? I said it would be in towns monitoring. The marshals, exactly. That's just all scaremongering. Right, I've got to say there's an army base not far away from here, you know, and we did see them going backwards and forwards and that. But like you're saying, they have not enforced that, right? We don't really want to be martial lawed here. We are capable of doing this ourselves. Deborah says, don't put others' life at risk if except wear the badge. Now, there's a good idea, right? We should have a badge, right, perhaps to let other people know that you're at risk as well, okay? You shouldn't be sitting in a house all the time. You need human contact and human energy, right? You do. So why should you sit there, right? Why shouldn't we just all be the same? Oh, my goodness sake. I lost my son in January this year. Angela, I'm so, so sorry, sweetheart. And then you see everybody with their carelessness and that, and, you know, and you've had to deal with this, sweetheart. So not only have you had to lose your son, you've had to go into confinement and not actually have connection with anybody. I'm so, so sorry. Please send the love to Angela, guys. She is so needing it right now. So, so needing it. Sarah Louise, our local hospital, has 18 deaths equated to a third of the total 52 coronavirus deaths. Wow. In the UK, 18. Sarah Louise. That's shocking. Wow. Absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. Angela Matheson is also saying she's enjoying this live. Angela, is about speaking up for the people here. Thank you so much for that. And with everything that you've got to contend with, I'm honoured that you're even here. I am so honoured. Please be aware of that. And please accept my love and healing. I'll pop you in the healing book later on and send out healing. Wearing a badge will not work in this country. Why? Because people don't seem to give a shit. Well, it's about making the people give a shit, isn't it? It is about making the people give a shit. Yvonne's backing that up. I have MS and Piper's asthma. We both wear masks. Why don't others? If they do some, cover the mouth, not the nose, right? There you go. There you go. I still think people can be at risks. Hugs to Angela as well. I still think people could be at risk even with the nose and breathing through the nose. There are badges you can get from the government online. For goodness sake, you have to order them online. That's news to me. That is news to me, Nicole. Well, and Pat's got asthma too. Wow, there we go. So, and the asthma, Joanne's got cancer, so she needs a badge too. Please send all, and there's Michelle Kidd as well on to, please send lots of love hearts to Joanne, to Deborah, to Yvonne and Piper there as well. In fact, to everybody, Pat, she's got asthma too. Norma, she works through things on a daily basis too. You print from online gov sites. So you've got to print it yourself, assuming that everybody's got a printer, eh? We had floods and it wrecked our printer. Can I just say that? Right, Helios, if the police do not do much about people not wearing a mask, then these people will carry on not bothering to wear one. I would love to stand outside somewhere and reinforce wearing a mask. There you go, Helios. You could do that, right? Listen, don't care about what other people think. You get up there and you let everybody know how it is, sweetheart. You don't need to keep this in, right? You have a voice, use it. All right, guys, right, I'm off. I realise I've gone way over and I've still got to go into the empath group and do my video. Nicole, I will be there just very, very shortly. All right, you can get the badge on gov.com. Thank you, Deborah, for sharing that. Guys, it's been a blast. I will be back on here at 8:30 later on to do some reading. Lots of love to you guys. We've had a fabulous time. If you want to keep seeing the Tantrum Tuesday, please let me know in the column. Please let your friends know. Share with your friends, share with your family. Right, let's get as many people on here so we can generate, work through all the negativity and free the vibration and attract better things to happen in life, my darlings. Lots of love. Take care, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye for now.